Hello and welcome to justcomparecars.com. My name is James and today I'm going to be doing a walk around video of this 2017 Ford Ranger. It's a 3.2 TDCi 200 Wildtrak, manual gearbox, 46,000 miles and full service history. Okay, so we've been doing these walk around videos for quite a while now and we find them to be very popular. Mainly because it means you get to view the vehicle from the safety and comfort of your own home, but as if you were here today with me in person. As I walk around the vehicle with you today, we'll look at all the panels individually, looking for any marks, scratches or dents. We'll have a look at the wheels and the tyres, have a look at the tread depths, we'll have a look in the back, then we'll have a look inside the vehicle, looking at the seats, the functionality. I'll even tell you what it smells like inside. When we've done that, we'll pop the bonnet, have a look at the engine, and finally we'll have a look underneath at the underside of the engine, the chassis, and of course the spare wheel. Now, once you've watched the video, if you're happy with what you see and you'd like to buy it, a small deposit will secure it and we can pretty much deliver it anywhere in the country, even in the world actually in some cases. It's also worth mentioning that once you've watched the video, if you think I've missed something or if you'd like to see something in a bit more detail, please just ask. I'd rather show it you while you're at home and you're comfortable than having to make a journey that could potentially mean that you're not interested in buying it. So I'd rather show you absolutely everything. There's nothing to hide. At the end of the day, you come here and you'll see it anyway, so you may as well see it while you're sat at home. It's also worth mentioning that if you're interested in doing a finance application on the vehicle, it takes about 5 minutes. The only thing that we'll ask you for in most cases is a deposit to cover the VAT, because obviously it's a VAT applicable vehicle. Right, so we'll start with the bonnet and then work our way around from there. It is first thing in the morning. There's a little bit of dew on the vehicle. It's not wet. Hopefully you can see past that. I didn't want to wash it. I can't see the point. You're never going to see the vehicle properly while it's wet. That's the only thing. Okay, so the bonnet is in nice clean condition, and hopefully you can see from the video image. I can't see a dent on it anywhere, to be honest with you, but as I say, we'll show you around. Nice and clean. Obviously it's been on a UK road, so it goes without saying there's going to be stone chips. When I see a vehicle that's got none, I start looking closer. If I'm honest, I don't know about you, but there's a couple. It's not actually a bit of something else. No. But yeah, there's a couple of stone chips. Nothing that you wouldn't expect to see on a car that's been on a UK road, basically. So driver's side headlight, zoom that out a little bit, driver's side headlight and front bumper. Again, there's going to be stone chips. I can't point them all out to you, but there are a few. There's a very, very light scratch. Front bumper and grille all in great condition. And also the passenger side headlight. There's a very light scratch on that front bumper there. Not sure how that would happen. Passenger side front wing is in nice clean condition. There's no marks, scratches or dents. Everything looks nice and clean. Been really critical. There's a very light, I won't call that a scratch, it's like a rub mark, you know, like it's rubbed against a tree or something. And actually as I'm rubbing it, you probably noticing it's going. So, passenger side front wheel and tyre, the wheel's in great condition. There is a small mark on it. That is quite typical of these wheels. They're laser edged, don't know why, but they start lifting a little bit in a couple of places. They're not bad, but it's what it is. So, tyre, it's Continental type, brand new I think. I can't imagine that it's very old. I would guess that there's over 10mm of tread anyway. Under the arch looks very nice and clean. Obviously no signs of any damage or anything like that. Right, go over the pillars first. Pillars are in nice clean condition. There's no damage, no dents, everything looks good. Windscreen, I see no evidence of any stone chips or cracks. Passenger side of the roof is nice and clean, there's no damage. You'll notice sometimes there are stone chips up here and they do get rusty and whatever, so there's nothing on there at all. Everything's really nice and clean. Passenger mirror mats in nice clean condition, there's no damage, and the mirror's intact. So before I go down and look at the passengers, let me just move this camera over a little bit so that's not in the zoom. So before I go down the passenger, I always like to look at this view, simply for the reason that on this image you can now see that the paint matches perfectly throughout. There's no patchiness, there's no misalignments of gaps, so it's obviously not been in any damage, there's no accidents or anything like that. Obviously it's HPI clear, it goes without saying, but you know, sometimes vehicles do get repaired and not on the marker, but obviously from this you can now see obviously the paint's perfect, which is great to see. So side steps are in nice clean condition, and the panels, as you can see, are in superb condition. It's a really clean truck, to be fair. Really very clean. So hopefully you can see from that image there's no dents, no marks, everything looks really nice and clean. I'm saying that there is a very small dent just there. I don't think it's, oh yeah, it's just tiny. You see it? It is tiny, but I'd rather show it you. Let's have another pass, just make sure I'm not missing anything. No, everything's nice and clean. A couple of very, very superficial, tiny hairline scratches there. Other than that, I can't see anything else. Onto the rear quarter. And again, it's in fantastic condition. Bit of polish there. A very fine highlight. Hairline scratch there, and there's a couple of very tiny little marks just there. I mean, to put that in perspective, you look at it like you can't see those, but they are there. Passenger side rear wheel and tyre, wheels in great condition, there's no damage. It's a matching tyre, and as you can see it's also brand new. Under the arch, chassis in great condition, as you can see, everything looks good. Passenger side tail lights in nice clean condition, there's no damage, there's no cracks, no misting, everything looks good. Rear bumper is in nice clean condition. There is a very tiny little mark on it there. It feels like paint transfer more than anything else. A little bit of rubbing on there as well. And also there as well. That's nothing, but it is there. Obviously these have got parking sensors on the rear, and also they've got the reversing camera as well, which I'll show you working when we get inside. Being critical, there's a little bit of a rub mark on the bumper, and that looks like it's a little bit loose. It's not bad. Tailgate. Is in nice clean condition. There's a couple of little tiny marks just here, which is just normal, to be honest. There's a couple of little marks just on here as well, but it's just part and parcel of being a truck and obviously what it's been used for. Across the top there are a couple of very tiny little marks. I think this has maybe have had a canopy on it at some point, which would make sense. It's got a, what the hell that is, Expedition Overland Tough Trek equipment you can trust. Maybe they were a supplier or something at some point where it came from originally. It's got a brand new tow bar on it, and there's no electrics by the look of it, so it's just obviously been used, or it's not been used, more to the point I think. Yeah, but it looks like a brand new tow bar. Not sure why it's got no electrics, but it's got a genuine Ford kit. Obviously they've just opted not to have the electrics for whatever reason. So in the back, if it's been used for anything, it's been very light. You can see it's very clean in the back. There's no signs of any real use, to be honest with you. These plastic ridges don't take much battering about at all. They just burr in, and and as you can see, they're superb. It's very clean. So yeah, it's not had a hard life, that's a fact. Right, so driver's side, tail lights in nice clean condition, there's no damage, there's no cracks, there's no misting, everything looks nice and clean. A funny little mark on there, I don't know what that is, feels like it's got something on it. Rear quarter, is really very clean. There's a tiny little dint just there, I've just seen, I'll show you in a second. It's not obvious, that's a fact. Lost it now, it's just there. It is a pinhead size, but it is there. It's got the Wildtrak spoiler. It's in nice clean condition. The surround of the rear window is in nice clean condition. As you can see, the spoiler's in fantastic condition as well. No damage at all. Looks great. Right, driver's side of the roof is in nice clean condition. There's no damage, no dents, everything looks nice and clean. Over the pillars on the driver's side. The reason I show these, don't know why, for some reason they're susceptible to dents because I think it's a light panel. Some get them, some don't. This one's mint, there's nothing on it at all. Very clean. Right, so driver's side again, there's no mismatch of paint, no misalignment of gaps, everything looks spot on. Let's go down the driver's side. Did just notice, you saw that there's a tiny little dint just there. It is tiny, but I don't think most people would see that, but it is there. Side steps in great condition, there's no damage. And the door panels are in great condition as well. Everything's nice and clean. There's nothing on them, they're very clean. Obviously we specialise in trucks, so I do video trucks a lot. It's superb, let me tell you. Yeah, so passenger side mirror, driver's side mirror back's nice and clean, there's no damage, as is the mirror. And then driver's side front wing, and again it's in great condition, there's no damage. So driver's side rear wheel and tyre, the wheel's in great condition. That's a bit of muck, I think, yeah it is. Matching tyre, matching tread depth, and again under the arch is very clean. It's even got a brand new spare by the look of it. We'll have a look at that a little bit closer in a minute too. So driver's side front wheel and tyre, there's a couple of little marks on this one. I don't know if they're damage or don't know what that is. Don't feel like damage. I feel like it's got something on it, maybe that'll come off. And get our valet to have another look at that. Maybe it's just that, they haven't cleaned it properly. Anyway, so yeah, the wheel looks in good condition, there's no damage. A little bit of lifting there, nothing serious. Matching tyre, matching tread depth. And it's nice and clean under the arches. So it's got a full set of, from what I can see, brand new Continental tyres. You know, it's nice to see a decent set of tyres on a vehicle. You can tell straight away it's been looked after. Ignoring the fact that it's obviously been looked after, but to have a brand new set of tyres on there as well, it's always nice to see. Right, onto the interior. Driver's side door card is in nice clean condition. There's no damage, everything looks nice and clean. On the armrest, you do sometimes see these fade. This one's in nice condition, there's no damage on the arm, everything looks good. Electric windows ×4 window lock. and then your central lock-ins above. Obviously it works. There are Wildtrak mats all round, usual wear on the heel mark, but mats are in good condition, carpets are in good condition throughout, no unusual wear, everything looks nice and clean. Driver's seat, no real shocks. Bolsters are in fantastic condition, as is the seat itself. All the material's really very nice and clean. It's got its nice brightness to the Wildtrak stitching still. Just goes to show how well cared for this truck has been, to be honest with you. But yeah, the bolsters feel like new. Fully electric seat. It's got full manoeuvrability as it was new, and it's still quite nice and slick, moves perfectly. Right, let me jump in. So, dashboard is really very nice and clean, there's no damage. All the bits that are in it are very clean and tidy. There's nothing that sticks out that says, oh, look at me. So yeah, everything's good. Steering wheel is in fantastic condition, to be fair. You do see a lot of them that start fading on here. That one isn't, that's perfect. All the stitching's nice, it's clean. You can still see the orange in the stitches, so it's not had someone's dirty hands on it. Yeah, really nice and clean, very tidy. Right, so keys. There are 2 keys, proper keys, 4 keys. Let's start it up. Start it up, I'm sure you know how to do it, but you know, with these, they're a bit finicky. You do need to drop your clutch, give it a preheat, give it a quick click, and it starts straight away, no problem at all. Obviously, it's a 6-speed manual gearbox with a reverse. Oops, turn that down. So you'll see there's no warning lights on the dashboard, other than obviously the fuel's a bit low and the handbrake's on. And it might pop up when I'm not wearing my seatbelt, but other than that, there's nothing else on there at all. Steering wheel controls, right hand side, basically this bit here controls this screen here. You've got a varying amount of different options in regards to what you can view. I think that the one that's the best is that one, if I'm honest. So you've got your revs, you've got your fuel, and then you've got your water temperature. So obviously this vehicle is stop start at the minute. Stop start is off, or the battery's a little bit low, so it won't power it. Lower part is cruise control, basic stuff. And then the left hand side basically is the same screen again, so you've got entertainment, navigation on your phone on there. Down below, your media centre, obviously you heard the stereo a second ago, but let's turn it back up again. Tune. Yeah, speakers are good, there's no distortion, it sounds really nice and clear, so that's good. Controls wise, if you've got an iPhone, I can tell you this for a fact, it definitely works if you've got an iPhone myself. If you go into your settings and CarPlay settings, you can press and hold the button there, the little man with the voice on it, and then you can actually activate it so that you get Siri on your system. How cool is that? So you can do obviously everything hands-free, which is great, because obviously you don't want to be getting caught with anything in your hand in a vehicle nowadays. Then obviously you've got mute. You can skip your channels, or you can skip your tracks, and also you can answer your phone and hang up from there as well. But yeah, everything's nice and clean, everything looks good. Excuse me, got an itch. Down below, switchable 4-wheel drive, stop start button, stability control, hill descent, and then your USBs are down there. You obviously drive us out on the passenger side. Obviously the vehicle's got, let me just check it out if it has got Apple CarPlay, it's the older one, isn't it? Yeah, it's got Apple CarPlay, Android CarPlay as well, built-in Wi-Fi, ambient lighting all around, really cool system, works very well. And what I quite like on this system is the navigation. It's obviously got a much better processor in this than a lot of the other trucks that are out there. Just because, I mean, if the maps, if you give you an idea, when you put your finger on it and move it, it just moves it straight away. You can zoom in and zoom out, same as you would on your phone, and it just does it instantly. You do find a lot of the other trucks, like Navara for instance, a little bit slower. Still a damn good system, but just nowhere near as good as these. Music, you've got AM, FM, DAB, CD, and also you've got Bluetooth audio as well. So a really decent system, works well. Reversing camera, very clear. Again, it's a damn good screen, works really well. You'll notice top right hand corner is a picture of your truck. There's a fan on the rear, but obviously there's no front parking sensors, but there are rear, and then those fans light up for wherever you are in regards to, you know, closeness to a wall or whatever. But yeah, good system, works really well. Passenger seat, bolsters feel like brand new to me. Materials are really very nice and clean, and again you can see the stitching is super bright and clean. Roof lining is, again, sorry about that, yeah, really nice and clean. There's nothing out of place. There's no dirty marks, everything looks clean. It's good. It smells nice inside, doesn't smell like it's ever been smoked in to me. There's no nasty sniff, doesn't smell of anything, to be honest with you. It's just neutral, so that's good news. In the back, again, seats look in great condition. Obviously we'll have a look at that in a bit closer in a second. Armrest, quite a nice trick in this. That out of the way, you'll see there's a little vent there. If you've got your aircon in summer, what you can do, you can open that vent, or even I suppose in winter, you can put it on, and that pulls cold or warm air into there. So I mean, if you've got a can of Coke or whatever, you want to put that in there, sandwiches or whatever, to keep them cool for you, which is quite nice. It's not a fridge, but it's like a cool box, if you like, I suppose. Works really well in that sense. What else? Can't leave anything else. Like I said before, you know, if you think I've missed something, or if you want to see something in a bit more detail, ask. It's not a problem, I'll do it for you. I suppose electric folding mirrors, handy if you park on a street. Obviously you're not going to get your mirrors knocked off, and as you can see, they work perfectly. Electric mirrors electric windows all around, they all work as you would expect. Tinted windows in the rear. Yeah, everything's all good. All your lights and everything are down here. Something people do ask me sometimes is how you alter the height of the headlight. It's not obvious, but if you press that in there, that pops out, and then you can do it from there. That's quite cool. While I'm here, we'll pop the bonnet, which is just here. And we'll have a look under there in a few minutes' time. Driver's side rear. Again, everything's nice and clean, there's no damage. Everything looks good, doesn't like it's been used. Bolsters in the back just feel like brand new. There's no hiding that. Obviously, kids jumping in and out or whatever, people, they do start to loosen off. That to me feels absolutely brand new. Don't feel like anyone's ever sat in that. It's got the armrest in the back with cup holders. And as you can see, all the seats are really very clean and nice. It's got the overmats in the back as well. The carpets are all clean. And they're all good. These seats do come up, if I can find the catch, and underneath you've got cubby holes under there as well, and you can use the tether to tether it backwards as well, so obviously you can have that up all the time if you don't want to use the back seats. But as you can see, everything's nice and clean, everything looks good. Behind the seats, by pulling that tether, you've got your tool roll and your jack. And again, everything's nice and clean under there as well. Obviously, I mentioned it before, we do specialise in pickup trucks. So if this one's not for you, we always aim to have plenty on site. And there's always more coming as well. As I say, we specialise in pickup trucks, so we do know what we're looking at in that sense. Passenger side. Door card, again in great condition, there's no damage. As you can see, all the armrest is really nice and clean. There's no signs of any fading. All the bolsters and everything are really very nice and clean on there. Obviously the electric windows there as well. Again, just to confirm, I don't think this seat has ever been sat in. A lot of these vehicles are used like company directors' vehicles. They'll go up and down motorways and whatever, obviously claim the VAT and the tax back and whatever else. Great for a company car, obviously. But as you can see, the seat is in fantastic condition. It just feels like new. Mats are obviously very nice and clean. A little mark on there. I think that's just like a bit of muck, maybe. In the back, Again, door cards in great condition, as you can see. There's no damage, everything looks really nice and clean. Another view of those seats. Obviously the mats again really nice and clean, as are the back of the seats. Very, very nice. Okay, let's have a look under the bonnet. Really do like the Ranger bonnets. Obviously the fact that they've got the pneumatics to go up on their own. No messing about trying to find the hole to put the stick in. Yeah, anyway, under the bonnet everything looks really nice and clean. Obviously it's got full service history, it's been maintained really, really well. All the fluids are clean and to the correct levels. As you can see, turbo unit, there's no oily residue. There's no signs of any historic oil leaks around the engine bay. Genuine Ford battery, always nice to see. You can tell it's been taken care of. Yeah, everything looks really nice and clean. Obviously you can't see the belts, can just see it there, but belt looks in good condition as well. Yeah, all good. Right, let's have a quick look under the vehicle. So again, no signs of any historic oil leaks. Underneath the actual truck it looks very clean and tidy. Chassis is in great condition, as is the exhaust. Rear diff, can't really see from here. It is nice and dry. There's no signs of any oily residue. So there's no leaks. Spare is an alloy, and it's also got a Continental tyre. Looks like brand new, so that's good. Okay, so hopefully I've shown you enough for you to be able to make a decision either to come and view the vehicle or to buy it. Obviously it's quite a long video, and if you've watched it all, it usually gives most people enough information to be able to buy one, to be honest with you. Right, so if you need any more information, if you want to see any more different parts of the vehicle, please just ask, it's not a problem. But for the moment, thanks for watching and sticking with me. I really appreciate it. Take care, stay safe. Bye-bye.